Hello everyone, myself Garima. This session is for BSc 4th year and the topic of this session is transportation of baby, common accidents and mishaps in labor room. Health of the newborn baby depends upon the overall health of the mother and appropriate antenatal care and regular follow-up. Institutional delivery plays a vital role in preventing and minimizing the complications related to delivery process and reducing neonatal mortality and morbidity. Nurse can play a key role in conducting safe delivery, providing essential newborn care at birth, and preventing neonatal deaths and complications related to labor. Good listening with the ANM and ASHA workers of that area and follow up visits to antenatal cases will ensure 100% institutional deliveries in that area. Sick newborn babies often have to be transported from one hospital to other or sometimes within the hospital. One should ensure that the baby is stable before transporting. Now you will learn the precautions you should follow while transporting a newborn in this session. Need for transport. In India, majority of the deliveries still occur at home, although hospital based deliveries need to be promoted. Delivery of sick neonates needing special care will still take place at places with extremely limited resources, necessitating need for support, transportation of the sick or preterm babies to a center with expertise and facilities for the provision of multi organ intensive care has been shown to improve outcomes. In this, prematurity, asphyxia, and sepsis are the most common cause of neonatal mortality. In our setting, many of these are easy to correct and a significant decrease in neonatal mortality can occur if specialized care can be made available to these neonates. With the initiative of state governments in developing special care newborn units at district hospitals, many of the sick neonates can be provided better newborn care if they are timely transported in a stable condition. Warm chain. The warm chain is a set of interlinked procedures carried out at birth and later which will minimize the likelihood of hypothermia in all newborns. Baby must be kept warm at the place of birth and during transportation from home to hospital or within the hospital. Satisfactory control of baby's temperature depends on both prevention of heat loss and providing extra heat using an appropriate source. Now, the common situations where cold stress can occur: first is at birth, second is after giving bath, third one is during changing of nappy or clothes, fourth one is malfunctioning heat source or removing the baby from heat source, and last one is while transporting a sick baby. Next is the steps to prevent heat loss in labor room. First one is warm delivery room, 25 degrees Celsius. Then newborn care corner temperature to be maintained at 30 degrees Celsius. Drying immediately the baby. Dry with one towel. Remove the wet towel and cover with another pre-warmed towel. Then skin to skin contact between mother and baby. Now the steps to prevent heat loss in postnatal ward. First one is breastfeeding. Then second is appropriate clothing. Cover head and extremities. Next is keep mother and baby together. Then keep room warm. And last one is postpone bathing and weighing. Next is how to keep baby warm. In this, use dry warm towel to hold the baby at birth. Remove wet towel after cleaning. Then adequate and appropriate clothing in skin to skin contact or next to mother, that is rooming in. Then radiant warmer in nursery. Then keep the room temperature of baby care area at 25 degrees Celsius. Next is wrapping and covering a baby. Wrapping a baby soon after birth and thereafter is important for maintaining the baby's temperature. Steps for wrapping and covering the baby. First one is wrap the baby using a sheet. Spread the sheet, fold one corner on itself, place the baby's head on the infolded corner so as to cover the head till the hairline on forehead. Then cover over the right shoulder and tuck on the left side, then fold from the foot end and tuck beneath the chin, then finally cover the left shoulder and tuck on the right side. Next is how to keep room warm. In this, first one is avoid using air conditioner even in summer. Then second is don't use ceiling fans, especially at high speed. Then third one is keep windows and doors closed in winter. And last one is warm the room by convector or heater. Then components. First one is stabilization prior to transport. In this, warm the baby till hands and feet are warm to touch. Then suction the airway if essential. Then oxygenate if needed. Then give or arrange medications as per physician order, like normal saline, dextrose with vitamin K, antibiotics, phenobarbital, epinephrine. Then second is communication with parents, referral unit. In this, explain condition and reasons for transport to family, communication with referral unit regarding condition of baby, approximate time of arrival, working diagnosis, what has already been done. Then next is arrange for referral note mentioning reasons for transfer, medications given along with with dose and timings. Then next is communication to accompanying family members regarding need for transport, position of baby, clearing secretions, gentle stimulation and other instructions as applicable. Then third one is preparation. In this, the preparation would depend whether the transport is from home to health facility or pick from a health facility by an organized transport team. Once a decision for transport is taken, the principles of neonatal transport are: first is assessment, then stabilization before transport, then care during transport. Fourth one is prevention of hypothermia. In this, maintenance of warm chain, then warm baby before transport, change soiled nappy and linen, then warm clothing. That is, in this, cover fully with cotton clothes or cover head wrap in blanket, include plastic sheet wrap between layers of clothing if available. Then other alternatives of prevention of hypothermia are skin to skin contact with mother or accompanying person, then use of thermocol or cardboard box with holes for ventilation, then do not use hot water bottles. Next is prevention of hypoglycemia. In this, gavage feed or IV dextrose bolus prior to transport, followed by a constant drip. Then instruct regarding feeding during transport, then ensure quick transport, and last one is prevent hypothermia. Then sixth one is maintenance of airway and oxygenation. In this, clear airway, then consider use of oxygen cylinder with nasal cannula or mask during transport. Then instruct regarding gentle handling. Then instruct regarding gentle stimulation or clearing secretions or position during transport. And seventh one is instructions to accompanying family members about danger signs. Next is principles of transport. In this, first one is pre-transport stabilization. In this, available models for pre-transport stabilization and care during transport are: first one is stable, second is safer, and third one is TOPS. In first one, stable, in this use sugars, temperature, artificial breathing, blood pressure, laboratory work, emotional support. Then in safer, sugar, arterial circulatory support, family support, environment, respiratory support. And in TOPS, temperature, oxygenation, that is airway and breathing, or perfusion or sugar. The next is preventing hypoglycemia. Hypothermia, poor perfusion, and oxygenation have been shown to be associated with high mortality in transported neonates tops a simplified assessment of neonatal acute physiology, gives a good prediction of mortality in these neonates. Prior stabilization and adequate care during transport results in decreased of hypoglycemia, acidosis, and mortality. Innovative techniques like thermocol boxes have been shown to be low cost and effective method for neonatal transport. Plastic wraps or bags, skin to skin care, and transformer mattresses all keep infants warmer, leading to higher temperatures on admission to neonatal units and less hypothermia. Next is stabilization of sick neonates. In this, stabilization of sick neonates before and care during transport to maintain euglycemia, normothermia, adequate oxygenation and perfusion should be the utmost priority. In this, step 1 is assess the baby and depending on facilities available, check for temperature, airway, breathing, circulation, and sugar. Step 2 is temperature. In this, correct hypothermia if present before transport. Kangaroo mother care, provide warm clothing or under radiant warmer at stabilization unit or referring center, as most transport incubators are not able to actively warm the hypothermic baby. Then step third is airway. In this, assess airway for presence of any secretions and position of neck. Then step 4 is breathing. In this, assess for respiratory distress, assess whether baby requires ventilation. Then step 5th is circulation. In this, check heart rate, CRT, urine output, blood pressure if feasible, assess the need of fluid bolus, check what fluids baby is getting and whether baby is on inotropes, adjust infusion of inotropes as per need. Then step 6 is sugar. In this, check sugar with glucometer. If blood glucose less than 40 mg per deciliter, give 2 ml per kg of 10% dextrose through intravenous line. Check the patency of IV cannula and start IV fluids. Laboratory workup. Check all investigations of baby. Check all the medications received. Then step 7 is transport personnel. In this, mother or attendant or ASHA worker from community or basic health facility, trained nurse, paramedic, or physician at the referring hospital. Then step 8 is equipment. In this, ambulance if available or any other vehicle, preferably draught free. Now the care during transport. Temperature maintenance. Use a transport incubator if available. Kangaroo mother care by mother or attendant is a useful way to maintain temperature. Kangaroo mother care is a good method of temperature maintenance during transport, especially in resource limited conditions when transport incubators are not available. Other methods like adequately covering the baby and using improvised containers like thermocol box, basket, polythene covering may help in maintaining temperature. In this, first one is airway and breathing. In airway and breathing, keep neck of the baby in slight extension position. If airway is unstable, it is better to intubate and transport. If intubation is not considered necessary possible, short PPV or CPAP can be provided using a T-piece resuscitator. Then second one is circulation. In circulation, assess perfusion for warm peripheries, capillary refill time of less than 3 seconds, tone and activity and blood pressure, stabilize perfusion before moving the baby to the ambulance. Then syringe pumps are required to use inotropes with accuracy. Then third one is check oxygenation. In this, continuous pulse oximeter monitoring is preferable. Observe for central cyanosis. If possible, perform blood gas analysis before and during transfer. Then fourth one is communication. In this, inform SCNU or NICU to arrange and organize baby cot and keep the overhead radiant warmer on. Then fifth one is feeds. In this, it is best to not attempt feeding sick babies with abnormal sensorium or severe respiratory distress before or during transfer. A well baby at risk of hypoglycemia may be fed in addition to intravenous fluids. If baby can accept, provide breastfeeds. If not, give expressed breast milk, that is EBM, with spoon or palate. If EBM, that is expressed breast milk, not available, give any available milk. Continue IV fluids if the baby is sick. Now, the indications for transport in this very low birth weight infants, especially below 1250 gram, then prematurity in this gestational age less than 32 weeks, then respiratory distress or apnea. In this requires supplemental oxygen, apnea requiring bag and mask ventilation. Then cyanosis persisting despite oxygen therapy, then hypoxic ischemic encephalopathy. In this during transport requires intubation and assisted ventilation, develops seizures activity and multi-organ involvement. Then sepsis with signs of systemic infection, then jaundice with potential for exchange transfusion, then active bleeding from any side, then infant of diabetic mother or hypoglycemia unresponsive to recommended treatment, then surgical condition, then last one is congenital heart disease. Then heart failure or arrhythmia, then suspected metabolic disorder, then severe electrolytes abnormalities, and last one is infants requiring special diagnostic and or therapeutic service. Now the equipment in this, first is thermal support equipment and supplies, transport incubator, thermometer and or temperature monitor and probes, then plastic wrap, insulating blankets, heat shield. The next second is respiratory support equipment. In this, oxygen and air cylinders with appropriate indicators, then oxygen hood, neonatal size masks, and cannula and oxygen analyzer, pulse oximeter. Then neonatal positive pressure bags and continuous positive airway apparatus like nasal prongs, endotracheal tube, then mechanical ventilator with backup circuit, endotracheal tubes, uh, 2.5, 3.0, 3.5, 4.0 mm, then laryngoscope with size 00, 0 and 1 blades, then laryngoscope batteries and extra lamps, then endotracheal tube holders and tape to secure endotracheal tube. Then suction equipments include mucus suction trap, suction catheters, sizes 5, 6, 8, 10, 12 F, then regulated suction with gauze limiting less than 100 mmHg, then feeding tube sizes 8 FR and 20 ml syringe for orogastric decompression, then sterile gloves, sterile water for irrigation. Then monitoring equipments include stethoscope, cardiac monitor, pulse oximeter, glucometer for blood sugar evaluation. Then parenteral infusion equipments include intravenous catheters, sizes 24 and 26 gauze, then syringes, sizes 2, 5, 10, 20, 50 ml, then splint transparent dressings or micropore, then three-way stopcocks, IV chamber sets or micro drip sets, then intravenous administration tubing compatible with infusion pump. Then medications include calcium gluconate 10%, then epinephrine ratio is 1 ratio 10,000, then pre-filled syringes, sodium bicarbonate, then dopamine, dobutamine, morphine, midazolam, normal saline, phenobarbital, and surfactant. Then indigenous ways to transport a sick neonate are, in the absence of ambulances, innovative methods could be used. Thermocol boxes have been used to maintain neonates' body temperature. Then the care providers should be familiar with the danger signs and immediate actions to be taken, then an AC car with temperature controlled with ambient temperature between 26 to 28 degrees Celsius, then the accompanying person could provide kangaroo mother care during transport, then infant should be given direct breastfeeding or supplemental feeds with spoon or palliative during transport. Now the government's role in transport of sick newborn. If there is any danger sign, baby will require to be shifted to NICU for prolonged ventilator support under aseptic environment. Then call for well-equipped advanced cardiac ambulance or the available source of transport. Then ensure that baby is stabilized and IV lines are fixed well. Then mother may also accompany the baby during transport. Then the Janani Suraksha Karyakram was launched for providing referral transport with other facilities such as surgical or medical treatment and laboratory services at free of cost. Then under this scheme, pregnant mothers and sick babies could use hospital services for free, thus curtailing out of pocket expenditures. This ensured a trained colleague accompanies the baby in the ambulance. Now, the common accidents and mishaps in labor room: less confidence, loss of self control in emergency, overconfidence, and lethargy attitude leads to many mishaps and accidents in labor room. These are listed below. First one is baby is dropped or slipped while receiving immediately after birth. This happens due to poor grip and utter carelessness. Then second is aspiration of amniotic fluid if suction is not done adequately. This happens when one is in hurry or less experienced. Then third one is the bleeding cord, which is noticed sometimes quite late when bradycardia sets in. This happens due to loose tie or the Watson's jelly has squeezed off. That is in inexperienced hands. Thank you.